Okay, so the Green Bay Packers lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 31-26 in the NFC Championship game. And listen, Matt Lafleur and Aaron Rodgers are the sole reason why the Green Bay Packers will not be competing in the Super Bowl in the next couple of weeks. Now, Aaron Rodgers played a really good game. But at the end of the day, he still is the main culprit for why Green Bay lost. And I'm so tired of this narrative that when every time Green Bay loses in the playoffs or they lose in the conference championship game, Aaron Rodgers just doesn't deserve any blame. Like, people in the media just make it seem like Aaron Rodgers just played so great and the team just around him just fell apart. That was not the case on Sunday in the NFC Championship game. The defense of Green Bay really held their own in the second half. They forced several Tom Brady turnovers that the Green Bay Packers were not able to take advantage of. The Green Bay Packers scored 6 points off of turnovers in that game, in the NFC Championship game, which is not acceptable when you have the MVP or the soon-to-be MVP of the NFL, the bad man Aaron Rodgers that everybody tries to make him out to be. And on top of that, Aaron Rodgers had an opportunity to put Green Bay in a more manageable 4th and goal situation. Now, on the screen is the situation that I'm referring to. It's 3rd and goal. Aaron Rodgers is rolling out of the pocket. He has a lot of green grass in front of him to try to score the touchdown or to try to pick up a little bit more yards to make it a more manageable 4th and goal situation. But instead of just going ahead and using his legs, he decides to throw the football and the pass gets knocked down for incompletion. Now, after that, you have Matt Lafleur, who decides to kick the field goal down 8 points with 2 minutes and some change remaining, kicks the field goal instead of going for it on 4th down. Now, I understand why people do agree with the call, because, okay, you kick the field goal, you have 2 minutes and some change remaining, and you have a couple of timeouts left. So you kick the field goal, you give the ball back to Tom Brady, who has struggled in the second half. Remind you, he has turned the football over, 2 or 3 times at this point? So your defense is playing really good, and Tom Brady at this point has went ice cold during the game. Okay, so Tom Brady gets the ball back with 2 minutes and some change left. Okay, Tampa Bay runs a play and it doesn't work out. You get the 2-minute warning. After the 2-minute warning, you could burn a couple of your timeouts, and hopefully, if everything goes right, you still get the ball back with some seconds remaining on the clock that Aaron Rodgers can drive you down the field and hopefully give you the game-winning touchdown. But even though that idea sounded correct, I still don't agree with it. Because at the end of the day, you have Tom Brady on the field. And I understand that Tom Brady at this point in the game was not playing great. But it's not like Tom Brady and the Buccaneers needed to drive the length of the field for a game-winning field goal or for a game-winning touchdown. All they needed was to pick up a couple of first downs, use the rest of Green Bay's timeouts, and it was game over. So you have the greatest quarterback of all time in a situation that all he needs to do is for his offense to pick up 1 first down, and essentially the game is over. So for Matt Lafleur in that situation, I understand your defense is playing great, but at the end of the day, you have the future MVP of this season, and Aaron Rodgers, the bad man, in a 4th and goal situation. I will put more of my confidence in Aaron Rodgers than I would of the defense in that situation. Because Aaron Rodgers is supposed to be this all-time great quarterback, which he is, but it's in a 4th and goal situation. I would rather have my chances of winning the game and a trip to the Super Bowl on the line in Aaron Rodgers' hands than I would the defense. I mean, it just makes sense, right? Because Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. So therefore, down 8 with the opportunity to win the game, 4th and goal, you should at least trust him to try to win the game for you versus trusting your defense. And even then, even if you do not get the touchdown in that situation, you're still pretty much in the same scenario. You still need a touchdown and 2-point conversion to win the game. You're still going to have Tampa Bay in the situation that they're going to have to pick up a first down and use the remaining timeouts left that you have and try to run out the clock. On top of that, they would have been in a more unique situation because the play calling would have had to change because they would have been having their backs a couple of yards to their own end zone. So really, I think Matt Lafleur kind of made a mistake when it came to kicking the field goal instead of going for it on 4th and goal with Aaron Rodgers. You have Aaron Rodgers, who has played phenomenal this season. And instead, you opt to put the game in your defense's hands instead of Aaron Rodgers' hands. I feel like in that situation, you should trust Aaron Rodgers. I just don't really understand it. And I understand there's probably going to be a lot of Green Bay Packers fans that disagree with it because at the end of the day, I understand Tom Brady wasn't playing great and all. But I think that you should at least give Tom Brady the benefit of a doubt that he can pick up at least one first down and force you to utilize the remaining of your timeout. So I don't really understand the situation there. And on top of that, isn't Matt Lafleur supposed to be an offensive-minded coach? So offense should be his specialty, not defense. If you're Matt Lafleur, 4th and goal, trip to the Super Bowl on the line, you're an offensive-minded coach, and you have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback, you should be like, you know what? This is the situation that I live for. I am an offensive-minded coach. I'm supposed to be one of the more innovative offensive minds in the game of football. Have Aaron Rodgers as my quarterback. And you're mean to tell me that there isn't no possible play call that you could have had that could have, got your team in the end zone? I mean, Sean McVay came up with innovative ways to get his team in the end zone. Like, if Sean McVay was in that situation, what do you guys think Sean McVay would have done? Do you think Sean McVay would have kicked the field goal? Or he would have had confidence in his play calling and in himself to try to win the game or try to tie the game up by scoring the touchdown and getting a 2-point conversion? I think Sean McVay would have went for it. If Sean McVay had Aaron Rodgers, I think he would have went for it. So me personally, I don't think Matt Lafleur had any confidence in Aaron Rodgers and his ability to call plays to win the game. And that may sound crazy, but I honestly believe that. Because there's no way in your God-loving mind you're going to mean to tell me that you are an offensive-minded coach and you have Aaron Rodgers as your quarterback on 4th and goal for trip to the Super Bowl on the line, and you're not going to put the ball in your best player's hands with the opportunity to win the game. Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. You're not going to give your best player a chance to win a game. Instead, you're going to put your trust in the defense to win the game for you, which I can understand because the defense played really good, but it's not like Tampa Bay needed to go the length of the field to win the game. All they needed was to get a couple of first downs, chew the remaining time left on the clock, and force Green Bay to utilize the rest of their timeouts. So Aaron Rodgers and Matt Lafleur both deserve 110% of the blame for why Green Bay lost in the NFC Championship game. And people are starting to give Aaron Rodgers some blame, but I do think that both Matt Lafleur and Aaron Rodgers deserve an equal amount of blame, no matter how you want to divvy it up, no matter if you want to do it 50-50 or 110% like me. But both Aaron Rodgers and Matt Lafleur are the reason for why the Green Bay Packers lost in the NFC Championship game and why they will not be going to the Super Bowl down in Tampa Bay in the next 2 weeks. Really don't understand it. So let me know what you guys think about this situation down in the comment section down below. Do you agree with Matt LaFleur's decision to go ahead and kick the field goal? Or do you feel like Matt LaFleur should have went for it on 4th and goal with Aaron Rodgers? Make sure that you guys like the video, subscribe to the channel for more NFL videos and content, and thanks for watching.